This is the haunted station. You were never supposed to tune in, but now that you're here, you'll hear what others weren't meant to hear. Stories that echo after death, transmissions from the forgotten, whispers caught between frequencies. No signal, no warnings, only truth buried in static. Welcome to the haunted station, the signal that...
It was her. My sister. Lila. She wasn't supposed to be there. She ran that night. I saw her. She was barefoot, crying, screaming something about a man in the walls. No one believed me. They thought it was the trauma, that I imagined it all. Therapists, cops, even our aunt who took me in, they all said the same damn thing. You were in shock, Noah. You saw the fire and imagined the rest. But I know what I saw. I know what I heard. And I know what I buried. Yeah, I buried her. Not in a graveyard, not in a coffin. I buried her where the house stood, in the ash, under the old cellar door that survived the blaze. I thought it would bring her peace. I thought it would stop the whispers. It didn't. 2 weeks ago, I got a call. No number, just static. Then a voice. Small. Familiar. She said my name. Not like a stranger. Like someone who used to braid my hair, play hide and seek, and laugh in the sun with me. But the voice, it wasn't alive. It was wet, cold, like it had crawled out of something soaked in rot. I didn't answer. I couldn't. But the calls didn't stop. Same time. Every night. 3:13 a.m. I unplugged the phone. I threw it in the trash. Smashed the SIM card. Burnt the battery. Still, it rang. No ringtone. Just vibrating. The voice got clearer. She started asking me things. Noah, why didn't you tell them I was still breathing? Noah, you heard me calling, didn't you? Noah, I dug until my fingers cracked. You never came. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't breathe. I went back to the old property, the place where our house used to be. It was just woods now, overgrown, like nature itself was trying to forget we were ever there. But the cellar door was still there, still half covered in ash and vines. I opened it. I shouldn't have. The smell hit first. Wet dirt, old iron, something like pennies soaked in vinegar. I went down with a flashlight, one step at a time. There were claw marks, fingernails embedded in the stone wall, little ones, and something else. A phone, not mine, rotary, covered in grime. It rang while I stood right there. I didn't pick it up, but the voice still came. Not through the speaker, through the walls. Noah, you lied. You said you'd come back. You left me in the dark. I ran, but the voice followed me everywhere. Through the trees, in my apartment, even in my fucking dreams. Last night, I woke up to dirt in my mouth. Fingernails. I coughed up something white. I thought it was bone, but no. It was a tooth. And not mine. I tried to leave town, drive south, get away from Delaware. Didn't matter. The GPS kept rerouting. Same location. 39.7459 north, 75.5466 west. The same goddamn cellar. Every road, every exit, every shortcut, it ended there. The trees whispered her name. The dirt cracked open when I walked. And then I saw her. Half her face missing, dress torn, skin pale. But her eyes, God help me, her eyes were alive. Noah, I found your voice. She held something in her hand. My old cell phone. Burned, melted. But it was ringing. She handed it to me, smiling. I didn't want to answer, but my hand moved on its own.
Crying from years ago. Noah, help me! I'm still here, please! The phone fell. She laughed. You heard me back then, didn't you? I nodded, tears running down my face. I was scared. That's all I could say. She leaned closer. Good, she whispered. Now you know how I felt. And then she vanished. But the phone kept ringing. Even now, it's ringing. Right here beside me. No battery, no SIM, no signal. Just her voice, calling again, asking me to dig. And tonight, I think I will. Because if I don't, she'll do it herself. And next time, she'll bury me instead.
I told myself I wouldn't go back there. Told myself that after seeing her, after hearing my own voice from years ago through that phone, that I would just pack a bag, change my name, and leave the country if I had to. But I didn't, because last night I heard her knock. Not on a door. There's no door here. I heard her knock from underneath the fucking floor. 3 knocks, slow, heavy, muffled by 6 years of dirt. I stayed frozen for hours. No lights on, no windows open, just me, alone, with that sound echoing in my head. And the phone kept ringing, again, again, and again. So I picked it up. And this time, it wasn't her voice. It was mine.
Crying, whimpering, a younger version of me, begging, "Noah, please, please dig me up. I don't want to be here anymore. It's cold, it's dark. He keeps talking to me." I couldn't breathe. The walls felt like they were closing in. I dropped the phone, but I still heard the voice, coming through the fucking walls, through my skull, inside me. So I left. Middle of the night, shovel in hand, no flashlight. The moon was enough. When I reached the old cellar, the air smelt like rotting leaves and iron. The exact smell from the night she died. The trapdoor was already open. I didn't open it. I swear I didn't. The steps were wet, but it hadn't rained. Each step I took down, I heard her voice louder. Not screaming, not begging, laughing. Like a little girl who just got her favorite toy back. And that scared me more than anything else. I stood in the middle of the cellar, shovel in hand. The dirt floor was darker now, heavy, breathing. I swear to God, the ground was breathing. I stabbed the shovel in, and it screamed. The dirt screamed. I stumbled back, dropped the shovel, but there were no lungs there. Just more dirt. Thick and black and steaming. But I couldn't stop now. Something was pulling me, like a hook through my spine. So I dug. Faster, harder, until my hands bled. Then I hit something. Wood. A small box, like a child's coffin. My fingers trembled. I scraped the last layer of soil off the lid. It had her name carved into it. Not painted, carved, with nails. Each letter scratched in jagged lines. L-I-L-A. I opened it. There was no body, no bones, just a phone. An old 1990s landline, the cord still coiled like a snake, covered in blood. And it rang. I didn't want to answer, but my hands moved on their own. And the second I touched the receiver, I wasn't in the cellar anymore. I was back in our living room. But not now. That night. The night of the fire. I could smell the smoke, feel the heat on my skin. I saw my dad banging on the kitchen door, my mom screaming upstairs. But I just stood there. And she was there, behind me, Lila, in her white dress, eyes wide. "Noah, it's time to go," she said. But I didn't move, because I knew something now, something I had buried deep. I started the fire, not on purpose, not really. I just wanted to scare them, make them listen, make them stop fighting. I lit the curtains with my dad's lighter. Just a little flame, that's all. But it spread, and they screamed. And she didn't run. She followed me into the basement, tried to get me to go back, to save them. But I locked the door. I was scared. I let her die down there. Buried her with the truth. And now she wants it back. I came back to my body in the cellar, face down in the dirt, the phone receiver still in my hand, and her voice right beside my ear. "You remember now. You finally remember."
I turned, and she was whole again. Alive. Perfect, just like before the fire. Smiling. "I'm not angry anymore," she said. "I just want you to stay." I felt the dirt pulling me in. My arms sank, my legs next. She held my face in her hands. Cold hands, smelling like ash and rose petals. "Let go, Noah. Stay with me." The last thing I remember before blacking out was her eyes. Not angry, not hollow. Just sad. So sad. Like all she ever wanted was for someone to dig deep enough to remember her. When I woke up, it was daylight. The cellar was gone. Just grass. No box, no shovel, no phone. But in my hand was a piece of burnt wood with her name still carved in it. And now, every night at 3:13 a.m., the phone rings again. Not just mine, yours too. You just haven't heard it yet. I thought it was just me, that I was cursed, haunted, marked for what I did. But I was wrong. It's not just me anymore. They're hearing it too. The phone, the whispers, the scratching from beneath the floors. It's spreading. It started with the girl next door, Emily. Sweet kid. Works nights at the pharmacy, always polite. One morning, I saw her standing in the hallway of our building, barefoot, wearing a nightgown, even though it was 20 degrees out. She was staring at the wall. Not just blankly, staring like she could see through it. I said her name. No answer. Not even a blink. Then she raised her hand and pointed to the electrical outlet. "Noah," she whispered. "They're calling from there." I told her she needed help. She just smiled. Wide. Too wide. And then she laughed. But it wasn't her laugh, it was Lila's. Soft, girlish, but cracked, like bones rubbing together. Later that night, her mom came banging on my door, crying, screaming. Emily was gone. Just gone. But her bed was soaked. not with blood, but with mud. Wet, black, and thick. And her phone? Still ringing. Then came the landlord. Grumpy old man. Didn't believe in ghosts, spirits, anything. He came to check on the hallway lights. I watched from my peephole as he fiddled with the breaker panel. Then I heard it. A voice from inside the wall. "Dig me out." He jumped back, dropped his flashlight, started cursing. I opened the door to ask if he was okay. He turned to me with blood running from his ears. And all he said was, "She's learning how to speak through wires." I tried to leave again, packed my bags, booked a bus out of state, but something followed me. The bus broke down 20 miles out, middle of nowhere. I was the only one still awake, and I swear I heard a rotary phone ring from the back of the bus. But there was nothing there. No phone, no seats, just a line of dirt dragged across the floor. When I got off the bus, I vomited. Black sludge, like tar. And inside it was a single pale tooth. Not mine. The calls are louder now, and not just on phones. TVs, radios, electric kettles, anything that uses power. She's learning. She's growing. And I think she wants more than my memory. She wants others to remember her too, to know what I did. Because now, strangers are having the dreams. The same dreams I had. Dark cellars, ash-covered doors, a girl's voice crying through the dirt. Just last night, someone slipped a note under my door. No name, no handwriting, just 6 words. "You locked her in. We saw." I didn't sleep, didn't move, didn't breathe. And at exactly 3:13 a.m., every light in my apartment turned on by itself, then turned red, then went out. And in the dark, her voice came again. But this time, she wasn't whispering. She was screaming. And it wasn't just from one place. It was coming from every wall, every outlet, every pipe. "Why won't you dig me out again? You left me and now I'm in them too. We all hear it now." The town's changing, slowly, quietly. People walking into the woods and never coming back. Electrical workers quitting with nosebleeds and tremors. Children screaming at night about phones ringing in their closets. And I'm the only one who knows why. Because I was the first, but not the last. There's something happening beneath this town, beneath every town, something waking up. I think she was the beginning, not the curse, the invitation. Because now, every night, the static carries more than her voice. There are others, men, women, children, all whispering one thing: dig, dig, dig. And I think if we do, we won't find bodies. We'll find something worse. Something that's been calling for a long, long time. And I'm scared. Because I'm starting to dig again. Even when I sleep, even when I don't want to. My fingernails are cracked. My sheets are filled with soil. And last night, I found my own name carved in the floor beneath my bed.
I thought it all started with Leela, my sister, the fire, the grave I made beneath the ashes. But I was wrong. So damn wrong. Because Leela, she was just the first to answer. It started 4 nights ago, right at 3:13 a.m. Of course, the power cut out. Again. But the air didn't go silent. It vibrated like a low hum under my skin, like a machine warming up. Then my laptop turned on, all by itself, screen black. But I could hear something, like wind over a grave. Then whispers, then names, one after another. Old names, dead names, buried names. And then a place, whispered so softly I almost missed it. Hollow Creek. I didn't sleep, just waited for the sun, then drove. I had to know. Hollow Creek was barely a town. Few houses, a church, a cemetery with stones so old they were just cracked stone slabs with no writing left. But I wasn't looking for headstones. I was looking for her, Leela. And I found her. Not her body, her photo. In the church basement, taped to a corkboard. Dozens of them. Photos of people. All ages. All gone missing. All had one thing in common. Everyone disappeared in January. Everyone vanished near 3:13 a.m. And there, at the center, a photo that chilled my bones. It wasn't Leela. It was a girl from 1962. Same eyes, same smile, same name. Leela. I asked the old priest who kept the church running. He stared at the photo, then at me. He said, "You saw her?" I nodded. He didn't flinch. He said, "She doesn't die. She just changes face." Then he told me the story. In the 1800s, Hollow Creek had a phone operator, a woman who routed all the town's calls. She was obsessed with listening, always listening, even to conversations she wasn't supposed to. One day, she heard something she shouldn't, not from a caller, from the wires themselves. She said there was a voice, deep, below human, and it told her things. Where the lost were buried, what sins people carried, when they'd die,
She went mad, started speaking in static, pulling out her teeth one by one, feeding them into the wall. They found her body in the switchboard room, still wired into the machine, skin fused to copper.
She was smiling, and beside her, a single note. I answered. I asked the priest what that meant. He said the voice never went away. It learned. It traveled from wire to coil to signal, from the dead lines into the living ones, into our homes, our phones, our minds. Lila, my Lila. She just picked up the call. That's why she laughed when she spoke, why she begged to be dug up, not for air, but to connect deeper. She was just the first to let it inside. And now it's looking for others. The priest handed me something before I left, a cassette, unlabeled, dusty. Play it, he said, but only once. I got home, pulled out an old tape player. It whirred slowly, then hissed. Then I heard it, a child's giggle, then hundreds of whispers, screaming, in reverse. Then a voice, not Lila's, not mine, something deeper, older, mechanical, but alive. You hear us now. We are every unanswered call. We are the silence between the rings. Soon, you will answer too. Then a knock on my front door. But when I opened it, no one. Only dirt and a tooth. Another damn tooth. This time, it had my name etched in it. I smashed the tape, burned it. Didn't matter. The voice is in the wiring now. In the buzzing light bulbs, in the humming of my fridge, in the static between radio stations. I can't outrun it. None of us can. Because it's not haunting us. It's broadcasting. And the signal's only getting stronger.
There's no more denying it now. This whole town, maybe more, it's not haunted, it's wired. Plugged into something so much older than ghosts, older than death. And it's speaking now, louder, clearer, faster. Like it's tired of whispering, tired of waiting.
The calls don't come at 3:13 anymore. They never stop. No one hears their own phones ring. Now, we hear each other's. Last night, I woke up screaming, but it wasn't my voice. It was the girl who lives across the alley. I haven't spoken to her in my life, but I screamed with her voice, her language, her nightmare. I saw what she saw. Mud crawling up her walls, a severed hand dialing a rotary phone in her bathtub, a child crying under her floorboards, asking for a quarter to call someone. I don't sleep now because every time I close my eyes, I become someone else. And always, I hear it at the end. You will answer next. The town is silent now. No cars, no sirens, no dogs barking. Just hums, buzzing, low static. You know that sound when a TV is on mute, but still on? That invisible pressure in the air? It's everywhere. It's inside us. I walked outside today just to see if anyone else was left. That's when I saw the payphones. Dozens. Lined up in the middle of the street, where there used to be nothing. Each one was ringing. All at once. But there was no sound. Only the vibration. My nose started bleeding. My ears too. I collapsed right there in the street. And when I opened my eyes, I was inside the switchboard room again.
The one from 1890. The one the priest told me about. Only this time, I wasn't visiting. I was plugged in. Wires in my arms, in my back, in my mouth. And I could feel every voice, every scream, every secret. All of them were there. Lila, Emily, the operator, hundreds more. People who'd vanished, buried, forgotten. But not silent, never silent. The voice came again, but it wasn't one. It was many, merged into one massive chorus. The sound of every call that never got an answer. You have heard us. You have seen us. You have run. You have lied. And then, now be our signal. I woke up in my apartment, but something's wrong. I haven't moved in hours. My limbs don't work. My lips don't move. But the phone is ringing. It's not near me. It's inside me. I can feel it vibrating in my chest, like it was buried there, planted. Every time it rings, I see more. Other towns, other people, other carriers, all plugged in, like me, like Lila. And now, I'm not telling this story anymore. I'm broadcasting it. It's not a warning. It's not a confession. It's a dial tone, looking for someone else to answer. Because she's not alone anymore. We're all here now. We are the ring before the voice, the static in your sleep, the silence after the scream. And if you're hearing this story, it means your line is open. It means you're next. Do you hear it too? The phone is ringing.